guys, Thetcglover here, cut video today. Hopefully you can hear my voice, but it's quite difficult because if you look around, this is the venue. Obviously because they're doing their tournament with Comic-Con, a lot of people here are just playing for the first round and they'll probably drop out once they lose. So like, you might get, after the second round or so, there might be about half the amount of people. So at the moment it's going to be interesting. I mean, I've counted about 1,500 players, which is the most amount of players that a Europe YCS has ever seen. But it will drop very quickly, so we'll play against a bad player the first round, and then maybe after round 2 I'll quickly do a little survey of how the room looks. It's about an hour overdue because it's supposed to start at about 10, but it's about 11:15 now, and they haven't started. They're still registering people, so it's very, very, very busy. And let's see what happens. Hopefully I get to go home before 12 o'clock today. So, all right, see you guys later. So hey guys, yeah, so basically round 3 just happened and I'm actually walking to the shop to buy food, but basically this is what it looks like. There's so many people here. Obviously everyone here is to do cosplaying for the expo, Comic-Con, but obviously I'm here to do dueling, so like I'm having to like walk past the most craziest looking people and I just want to eat. I'm really hungry, like stupidly hungry, and I just realized that I can't even go that way because there's nowhere to, everyone's going to be, I want to go to the shop to buy food, but everyone's going to be there, so I might as well just go back into the venue. So basically I beat the guy in like 10 minutes, and he was playing some kind of, I don't even know what the hell he was playing. I didn't even see anything. I think he just set to, he's playing Junksing from like Quick Draw Doppel deck, and I beat him in like 2 seconds. I just summoned a couple of gadgets and then set free, and then he just couldn't do anything. And because he turned up late, he got a match loss. So I hope this applies for the next couple of rounds, because the first 2 rounds I played dragons and that was pretty disgusting. Because like the first dragon guy that I played, I won against him, but he was really good, and I really just played my complete best. I was so in tune to my deck, and it just great. And then the second time I played, he was a fucking idiot, and he wasn't even running Ravine, he was just running dragons, and like I just couldn't draw the outs. Like I sided in like 8 cards, like Kaiku's, Thunder King Ryo, all that stuff, and I didn't see any of it. And eventually I managed to lock him down with a Dracosac, 2 tokens and a gear frame on a token, attached to a token, so that if he black roses, I'm left with a Dracosac and I'm left with a token, so he'd be stuck with what to do. So he used up all his resources to do a black rose, and then he would be able to get over the Dracosac, so I'd win because he only had 1,000 life left. And turns out he does basically top deck into the only card that could make the black rose, even though I knew that he wasn't going to draw it, but he ended up drawing it anyway. So he ended up beating me, and it was really unfair because I completely outplayed him in every single way except for the last moment where he black rosed me. There was nothing else I could do about it. So I'm kind of pissed that I'm not 3-0 right now, even though I should be, because I'm doing really well. I was playing really well, but I got beaten unfairly. So yeah, it's actually 4:30 or 5 o'clock now, so I can't actually be here for the rest of the game. So I know that I'm going to have to drop at like round 6, because it'll get to like 8 o'clock and I won't be able to continue. So nothing I can really do about that. I mean, like, look at the people. Like, it's like every time I want to go and do anything, I literally have to go past the craziest looking people. I can't actually get anywhere because it's completely full. You know, the venue itself, there's actually 1,500 people playing in the venue, and then there's actually the Comic-Con which is actually happening, so there's like thousands of people in there. So everywhere you go there's people, and I can't get around them, and it's like claustrophobic, because like everyone here is like either overweight or they just like completely crazy, they're high or something, and they're just walking around just bumping into people. Let's just go from then on. Hopefully I win every single round after that, but I'm probably have to drop regardless. So it'd be cool to see if I actually go X1 by the end of the first day. I mean, if there's 1 round left and I can still go home and I'm at X1, then I'll probably... Hey guys, Thetcglover here, current video. This is the other part of my blog thing. So basically you just watched me outside of the venue, just ranting on about my first 3 rounds, talking about how shit things were. It was weird because like Saturday today was really strange, and I knew that I wasn't going to be able to finish all 7 rounds because in London, if you live in America or you live in other parts of Europe and you don't know, the train services finish, they terminate at about 12 midnight. If you finish your rounds at 11, you need to get home before 12 o'clock. It takes me an hour and a half to get home from the venue, from where the venue is. I can't do that. I have to like either get to the last round and then play it as fast as possible, and then if I, you know, try and win, and then go home as quick as possible and try and get home for about 12, and then get a few hours sleep and then go back there. Or I could just drop, because like the problem is, right, is that just like Konami does, if you remember YCS Long Beach back in like 2012 in the Rabbit Inzektor wind-up format, that guy won with Dark Worlds. I always go back and reference that YCS because that was the biggest YCS ever recorded. I think there was something like 4,000 players. The venue could not handle that many people. The last round of that tournament, I think it was something like 9 or 10 rounds on the first day. The last round, it finished at like 2 in the morning, and then people got like 3 hours sleep in their hotel room next to the venue, and then they would come back and do the other like 4 rounds or 3 rounds or something. So when you have that many people, Konami has to basically, all the judges, they have to go, oh shit, there's not enough tables for all these people, so they have to waste hours and hours getting their chairs and tables, extra chairs and tables set up so there's enough space for everyone. Friday is completely registration day. Okay, so you turn up on Friday, pre-register, so that means that on Saturday you can get an extra couple of hours of sleep. Saturday, from 8 AM to 10 PM, those 2 hours is when you can register. So I got there at about 20 past 8 in the morning, so it took me about 2 hours, so I got up really early for it. And I registered. It was like, okay, great, so oh shit, I went to this guy, he's supposed to have my stuff, he didn't have my stuff, so I had to go around and spend extra money to get these cards. So I was really flustered, so by the time it was about 9:30, I managed to find all the cards I needed. I managed to get the cards I needed off my friend, my Dracasac and Big Eye, thanks to iPokemon, if you're watching this, for letting me borrow those cards. So yeah, I was like 10 o'clock, okay, so round 1's going to start at 10, so then, you know, it will basically go 1.5 hours per round, it will finish at like 7, you know, 7 rounds in one day, that's completely fine, you know, 4 rounds or 3 rounds on day 2. And it didn't end up like that. Actually, because Konami's taken so effing long, they actually got the first round down at about 12:30. So that means that by the time it was 3 or 4 o'clock in the my last video that I had, the little bit I had while I was outside the venue, it was about 4 o'clock and it was after round 3. And I realised that if they want to do 7 rounds today, they would finish by about 11 o'clock. And I can't do that. It's too much. The amount of money it costs to buy food all the time. So many factors, and I just think that Konami really fucked up. You know, they really didn't anticipate the amount of players. I mean, putting a YCS in London is just going to attract so many players from all over the country, because getting to London is incredibly easy, and it makes no sense why Konami would not think ahead like this. And what they have done because of this stupidity that they have is that they didn't. The YCS is bollocks. It's a completely shit YCS. I did not enjoy today at all. I felt completely stressed. I was constantly checking the time. I got this wristband, by the way. So tomorrow I get to go into the Comic-Con and get to look at all the people and laugh at them. They fucked up really bad, and it took all the fun away. Everyone I was talking to while I was there, they all said to me, I did not enjoy today. It was too stressful. There was too many people in this small area. Yeah, so I'm not sure if you can see it, but see if I can kind of get an idea. So you can see that this picture here, hopefully you can see it somewhat, is basically the venue, and the whole room is quite big, but the fact is there's 1,500 and something people, and there just wasn't enough space for all of them. There wasn't enough tables, there wasn't enough anything. Everyone was standing around and it was not fun. And that's my only problem. I felt like it was done really badly and it took a lot of fun away. I came from Cambridge,
to play here, and I thought it was going to be a really well organized thing because the ones in Europe are generally much better organized than the ones in America, and I was let down really badly. So anyway, I was hanging around with him during the day, and he's currently, right now, he's something like 5-1, 5x1 with Light Swans, which is great because I saw his build and it's really fantastic. He showed me a side deck and it looked really well thought out and stuff like that. So all of my friends, they're doing x1, they're doing pretty well. I told you the 3 rounds that I had. My 4th round was against Fire Fist, and I won that one, so I was at 3-1. So that was quite a good round actually. I won that pretty easily. Fire Fist are really shit at this format. And my last round was against Dragoonity Rulers, and for some reason I had this curse where I can't ever get the Maxis. I never have Maxis in my hand whenever I play Dragoonity Rulers, because obviously I'm going to go Phalanx, activate Phalanx's effect, special summon, I Maxi, so obviously if you do it after Vajrayana it gives them an extra target for Tempest. So you do it after the first Phalanx effect, you Maxi and then it stops what they're doing, and then you just run over them and they can't win. So you can Crimson Blade, you can do anything. But no, I never ever draw them. And the thing is about Dragoonity Rulers is that they actually don't suffer from the side cards that you would expect dragons to suffer from. So Dragoonity Rulers generally don't use Tidal, but they have the other dragon rulers so that they can just keep spamming it. So if you flip up Imperial Iron Wall, they don't give a shit. They just do the Dragon Ravine, get the whole thing, make Scrap Dragon, pop your Iron Wall, and by that point they've already put like 3 dragons in their grave from like Cards of Continents and shit, and then they just summon loads of stuff and then beat you down and then make Drakasek. And there are no side cards that you can play in against normal Dragon Rulers, because I'm maining 3 Imperial Iron Walls, and I needed those so I could actually beat Dragon Rulers. But Dragoonity Rulers do not suffer from the same thing. I have to rely on stuff like Fiendish Chains, which you don't really run because Fiendish Chain doesn't really hit Dragon Rulers much at all. You can hit Debris Dragon, but they'll always have the MST for it. So it just annoyed me because like people seem to bundle all the different Dragon Ruler variants in the same place, but actually they're not the same at all. You really have to look at how they work, and because of that I lost really badly. I got 2-0'd really badly. I even flipped in game 2. I flipped up 6 cents and I rolled a 6. He rolled a 6 for me and I drew 6 cards and I still lost. I did not draw the Maxi, I just drew like 3 gadgets, a fortress, and I think I drew like 2 Fiendish Chain or something like that. So I was just like, okay great, I'll just set the Fiendish Chain. I managed to hold him off for a couple of turns, and I flipped up Gozen Match, but it didn't do anything. Because Gozen Match is great against Dragon Rulers, but not against Dragoonity Rulers. So that's that. And even though I was X2 when I left, I could have carried on going if I wanted to, but I had to get home, otherwise I wasn't going to make it back. So that's a shame. And the last thing I can say really is that I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I might do a little bit including this for Sunday tomorrow. And I finished X2. I dropped an X2, so that's that. Let's see how tomorrow goes.
Hey guys, so yeah, it's basically the end of Sunday now, and it's really loud. Hopefully you can hear me somewhat. So Sunday was okay, just did some side events. I scrubbed out really bad. I'm thinking I might just play Mermills. I was going around looking for Mermill stuff. I managed to get them quite cheaply. Not got everything, but I got quite a lot of the stuff like Bahamut's Shark, Abyss Trite, Abyss Leads, Aqua Spirit, stuff like that. So I'm going to play the decent build. People are going to be like, oh yeah, why don't you just play dragons, because dragons are better? And it's like, well, to be honest, I don't play the most conventional deck because it's kind of boring. You get bored of it quite a lot, and I'm not going to be around able to play at a YCS. I'm not going to go to Turin because it's too far. I'm not going to be able to play at my locals, but however, a friend of mine did tip me off about a good locals in Cambridge, so I will probably go to there and just play there instead. So hopefully I'll see you guys in a few days.